Did you know about this abandoned cemetery within Philadelphia? Stay tuned to find out more and learn why this got abandoned. Here we are at Mount Moriah Cemetery. We're gonna walk through here and check out what's going on and see how Philadelphia's forgotten about this place and how it's heavily overgrown. This is the original gatehouse to get into Mount Moriah. Heavily disrepaired and pretty much done. So let's go check what's going on in here. Even more in-depth view of Mount Moriah. Mount Moriah Cemetery is divided into two sections. Cobb's Creek going through the middle. The original section is where we're at now, and that's where the gatehouse is at. This is the original part of the cemetery. It was a little bit more than 50 acres, but in total, with both parts of the cemetery, it equals 200 acres.
As I go through the cemetery, you'll notice a lot of graves are flipped over, overgrown, and simply just in disarray. You'll see various tombstones in all different styles. It just depends on what era they were made. A good majority of the headstones in this cemetery date back to the late 1800s and into the early 1900s. Mount Moriah first opened its gates in 1855, and it is the largest cemetery in Pennsylvania. I'm on a mission to get my first 1,000 subscribers. Please hit that subscribe button. It'll be appreciated. Here we are, on the other side of Cobb's Creek Parkway. This is the bigger portion of the cemetery. Let's go and explore.
This place was the resting home for over 150,000 Philadelphians. Nowadays, the cemetery has been largely forgotten about, and most of it is overgrown and is being going back to the environment. Really like a church. Out of some notable people that were buried here, this was the final resting place of Betsy Ross. But as this place fell further and further in more decay, she was moved and she was currently somewhere else. There is a small group of people that actually come here and try to clean up the lawn and try to make things less overgrown, but it's a big plot of land to manage. This was a very big place. People were coming to dump things, but it has been really cleaned up over the years. I'll attach some clips from over the years to show how this was all filled up with trash at one point.
In 1975, Betsy Ross's descendants petitioned to have her remains removed to the Betsy Ross house. The headstone at her grave had been stolen years before. 1976, remains from the vicinity of her grave were removed, but they were unable to determine if they belonged to her or not.
The old style graves, father and mother were able to plant some flowers there. That's a unique style.
Remains of some graves.
Came a dentist or a gopher or groundhog or something. This is basically a good example of how it looked a couple years ago, largely overgrown and taken back by nature. So you can see that whoever's been taking care of the property has been trying a little bit to bring it back, but it's still overgrown and a lot of things are in disrepair. Like a Masonic person. There's plenty of graves, it's largely forgotten about.
Here where you look. Forgotten in time.
Even many on the floor, still grave too.
$1720. In the 70s, a 700-pound, 7-foot statue of a Civil War soldier was removed and stolen by thieves. The statue was named the Silent Sentry. The thieves attempted to sell it to a scrapyard over in Camden, but the dealer there notified the authorities. And in 2013, the statue was relocated and is now in Laurel Hill Cemetery.
This cemetery here thrived for many years, but by the year 2000, it was in heavily neglected form. And in 2004, the last known member of the Mount Moriah Association passed away, and in 2011, the gates were closed for good, and this place has been abandoned ever since. This area here is still well kept. This is the Naval Plot, so everyone in here served in the Navy at one point in time. Guess we got some Marines in here too. Well, you know they're the Department of the Navy, so.
There are many notable people that are buried here, ranging from the War of 1812 to the Civil War and beyond. This is the grave of Jesse Elliott. He was the commander of the naval forces in Lake Erie during the War of 1812.
Yeah, look how big these mushrooms are. Some big mushrooms right there. Currently, about 50% of this cemetery has been cleaned up, but that still leaves half of it to be overgrown. And by the time they get to cleaning up that 50%, it ends up overgrown in other areas, so it's a non-stop, battle. And there's only a small group of people that actually come here and keep this place clean. That must have been a big mason. We got the Pennsylvania sign on it. William Charles. You see the top has the seal of PA too. Mm-hmm. It was on fire. Probably when it was like, something there, right? Mm-hmm. Oh dang! You see it? These lanternflies are a real problem. Look how many is here on this tree. I thought this tree was burnt or something, but getting a closer look, it's because the lantern bugs are sucking the life out of this tree. These things are really out of pocket. Doing a favor, these things are overgrown everywhere. Look at all these lanternflies. These are an invasive species, and they're here killing this tree. There's hundreds of them and hundreds of them on this tree. These are not even from here. These came from Asia originally, and they're ravaging a lot of stuff around the PA area, and they're all through the states. of these baskets on the tree.
But this is knee-deep grass right here we're walking through.
Even here, look how overgrown this is. More than 6 feet high. Overgrown with people's graves within. Savage. $17.99, born on July 4th. Mercy.
I hope you enjoyed the content. If you like these type of videos, check my page for more.